A monk enters the library of an ancient temple. In one swift motion, he pours tea over a stack of precious Buddhist scrolls. The shocked students rush to save the texts. "There," says the monk, "now your minds are empty enough to learn about Zen." Last time we saw how Zen shaped the samurai's sword. Before that, we explored Bodhidharma's incredible journey, the monk who brought Zen from India and sparked a martial arts revolution. Today we dive into the heart of what he taught. What exactly is this thing called Zen that influenced warriors and monks alike? Most Buddhist schools promise enlightenment through careful study and practice. Zen? Zen flips the table. It says you're already enlightened, you just don't know it yet. It's like looking everywhere for your glasses while they're sitting on top of your head. This rebellious branch of Buddhism shaped everything from Japan's deadly samurai to its most delicate tea ceremonies. So, what made Zen so different? And why did emperors, warriors, and artists all fall under its spell? Today, we're stripping away the mystery to reveal what Zen really is. No complicated philosophy, no foreign terms you can't pronounce, just the stark truth about why a monk decided to stare at a wall for 9 years, and how it changed Asia forever. A lone monk sits facing a wall in China's Shaolin Temple. 9 years of silence. This is Bodhidharma, and he's about to transform Buddhism. Buddhism had spread from India across the Silk Road into China. Monasteries filled their libraries with Sanskrit texts translated into Chinese. The translation itself posed enormous challenges. Chinese scholars struggled to capture Indian concepts with Chinese characters. Some invented new words, others borrowed Taoist terms. This mixing of Indian thought with Chinese culture would prove crucial for what was to come. Monks devoted lifetimes to studying sutras, debating philosophy, and performing ceremonies. The path to enlightenment had become increasingly complex. Practitioners followed elaborate systems of gradual progress, climbing spiritual ladders step by step. Each stage required mastering specific texts and practices. The path to enlightenment seemed buried under mountains of words. Enter Bodhidharma. Tradition says he arrived by sea in southern China around 520 CE. He looked at these studies and declared them insufficient. His first famous encounter was with Emperor Wu of Liang. The emperor, a devout Buddhist patron, proudly listed all his temple donations and good deeds. "What merit have I earned?" he asked. "None whatsoever," Bodhidharma replied. Shocked, the emperor asked, "What is the highest meaning of Buddhist truth?" Bodhidharma answered, "Vast emptiness, nothing holy." Confused and offended, the emperor asked, "Who are you?" Bodhidharma said simply, "I don't know." This marked the birth of Chan Buddhism. The word Chan itself comes from the Sanskrit dhyana, meditation. No more relying solely on sacred texts, no more counting on rituals alone. Instead, Bodhidharma taught direct experience through meditation. His students learned to look beyond words and see reality directly. His most famous student, Huike, allegedly stood in the snow and cut off his own arm to prove his dedication to finding the truth. This revolutionary approach transformed Chinese Buddhism. Each master who followed developed their own methods to shake students out of conceptual thinking. Master Mazu would shout so loudly that students would be stunned into awakening. Linji struck his students or answered questions with slaps. Others posed impossible riddles called koans. What is the sound of one hand clapping? What was your original face before your parents were born? All these methods aim to break through intellectual understanding and reach immediate realization. When these teachings reached Japan in the 12th century, they became known as Zen. Japanese monks like Eisai and Dogen traveled to China to study Chan, then brought it back to Japan. Eisai established the Rinzai school, emphasizing koan study. Dogen founded the Soto school, focusing on just sitting meditation. These remain the two major schools of Japanese Zen today, yet both preserved Bodhidharma's essential teaching: direct pointing to the mind, seeing your true nature. The stage was set for Zen to influence every aspect of Japanese culture, from the way of the sword to the way of tea. But first, we need to understand what exactly these masters discovered through their practice. Traditional Buddhists might spend years studying texts about enlightenment. Zen masters took a different approach. Consider Master Gutai, who answered every question by simply raising one finger. One day, he heard his young attendant was imitating him. When asked a question about Zen, the boy would raise his finger just like the master. So Gutai confronted his attendant, asked him about Zen, and when the boy raised his finger, Gutai cut it off. As the boy ran away screaming, Gutai called after him. When the boy turned around, Gutai raised his finger. In that moment, the boy was enlightened. Shocking? That's exactly the point. Zen found traditional Buddhist methods too gentle, too gradual. It needed something immediate, direct, even shocking. This led to Zen's three unique tools: Zazen, koans, and direct transmission. Zazen sits at the heart of Zen practice. Unlike other forms of meditation, Zazen doesn't try to achieve anything. You don't count breaths, visualize Buddhas, or attempt to empty your mind. You simply sit, facing a wall, watching reality unfold. Master Dogen spent years in China searching for the true Dharma, only to discover that just sitting itself is enlightenment. He called this practice dropping off body and mind. The second tool, koans, might be Zen's most famous innovation. What is your original face before your parents were born? Does a dog have Buddha nature? These questions aren't riddles to be solved. They're hammers to break through the wall of conceptual thinking. A monk might spend years wrestling with a single koan. The answer can't come from logic or study. It must emerge from direct experience. Take the koan about Dongshan and the river. One day, crossing a stream, Dongshan saw his reflection and awakened, composing this verse: "Don't seek him elsewhere far away. He goes his own way, apart from me. Now I go my way, alone. Yet, everywhere, I meet him." The third tool, direct transmission, sets Zen apart from all other Buddhist schools. Zen insists that truth can't be captured in words or concepts. It passes from mind to mind, like a flame lighting another flame. This led to Zen's emphasis on the master-student relationship. Each master develops unique methods to spark awakening in their students. Consider the story of Huineng, the sixth patriarch. He was an illiterate woodcutter who became one of Zen's greatest masters. When asked about Buddhist scriptures, he admitted he couldn't read. Yet his direct understanding surpassed all the scholarly monks. His story shows that Zen truth exists beyond books and learning. But here's what makes Zen truly revolutionary. It points to ordinary mind as the way. Your everyday consciousness, eating, walking, washing dishes, contains everything you need. Master Nansen told his students, "Ordinary mind is the way." The challenge isn't reaching some special state. It's seeing what's already here, without the filters of thought and judgment. This ordinary mind expresses itself in every action. A Zen master drinks tea with total attention. A Zen archer becomes one with the bow and target. Even mundane tasks like chopping wood and carrying water become expressions of awakened mind. As one master put it, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The actions are the same, but the understanding is different. The samurai found an unexpected ally in Zen. Here's a teaching that stripped away all excess, focused on the present moment, and faced death without flinching. Perfect for a warrior's mind. Remember the story from our last video, when Japan faced the Mongol invasion, Zen monks joined warriors on the front lines. But why did these peaceful meditators connect so deeply with warriors? The answer lies in Zen's unique approach to mind and death. A samurai had to act without hesitation. Think too much in battle, you die. Zen taught exactly this, how to move beyond thinking into direct action. Master Takuan Soho explained it to Master Swordsman Yagyu Munenori. The mind must always flow like water. When blocked by thoughts, it stagnates and you die. This state of no mind, mushin, became crucial for martial arts. A sword master doesn't think about their next move. They don't plan or strategize. They simply respond, like a reflection in a mirror. This is pure Zen in action. No separation between mind and body, between thought and deed. Death itself became a teacher. Zen monks meditated in graveyards, contemplating their own mortality. Samurai did the same. The famous saying went, "Die before going into battle." By facing death completely, fear disappears. What remains is pure action, pure life. Look at Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's greatest swordsman. He wrote, "The way of the warrior is the resolute acceptance of death." This wasn't mere philosophy. He lived it, spending years in Zen temples between his duels. His final work, The Book of Five Rings, reads like a Zen text. Simple, direct, pointing to reality beyond words. The influence worked both ways. Zen temples adopted warrior discipline. The strict form we see in Zen today, the precise way of eating, walking, sitting, owes much to samurai culture. Even the Zen meditation hall was organized like a military camp, with strict hierarchies and precise timing. This marriage of Zen and the warrior spirit created something unique. Take Kyudo, Japanese archery. The goal isn't just hitting the target. It's about the perfect unity of archer, bow, and target. One master archer was asked, "How do you never miss?" He replied, "I am one with the target. When I release the arrow, I have already hit it." The same principle appears in sword fighting. Master swordsmen describe moments where the sword moves by itself, where there's no thought of self or other, attack or defense. This is what the samurai sought in Zen, not peace and tranquility, but the ability to act with absolute clarity and conviction. Even today, many martial arts dojos maintain Zen practices. Students sit in meditation before training. They learn to move from their center, to act without hesitation, to face challenges directly. The warrior Zen continues to teach that the truest peace comes not from avoiding conflict, but from moving through it with a clear mind. At first glance, a delicate tea ceremony seems worlds apart from a samurai's sword. Yet in Zen, they share the same spirit. Both require total presence, perfect attention, and movement without thought. Take the tea ceremony. The host must execute hundreds of precise movements, yet make them seem natural as breathing. One wrong move breaks the spell. Master Sen no Rikyu taught that the ceremony's heart wasn't about rules or rituals. It was about making a single bowl of tea with complete attention. Nothing more. The same spirit appears in Zen painting. Artists might spend years grinding ink before making their first stroke. When they finally paint, it must happen in a single breath. No hesitation, no corrections. Look at Hakuin circle paintings. One continuous stroke captures the essence of enlightenment. Perfect or imperfect doesn't matter. What matters is the pure expression of the moment. Zen gardens strip away everything unnecessary. The famous rock garden at Ryoan-ji contains only 15 rocks and raked gravel. Yet it expresses something words can't touch. Visitors sit for hours, finding peace in its simplicity. The gardener maintains it each morning like a moving meditation. Each rake stroke is important as any sutra. Even poetry became an expression of Zen. Haiku poets, like Basho, weren't trying to create beautiful verses. They were capturing direct experience in the fewest possible words. Old pond, frog jumps in, splash. No explanation needed. The experience speaks directly. These arts aren't decorative, they're practice. Each one offers a way to discover what Zen points to, the beauty and sufficiency of just this moment, exactly as it is. People often think Zen means sitting quietly, emptying your mind, finding peace. But real Zen masters would laugh at this idea. Remember the monk who burned a wooden Buddha statue to keep warm? When others were shocked, he poked through the ashes saying, "I'm looking for the sacred relics." That's Zen too. The first big mistake. Zen isn't about emptying your mind. Master Dogen was clear. Thoughts aren't the enemy. They come and go like clouds in the sky. The point isn't to clear the sky of clouds. It's to stop mistaking clouds for the sky itself. One master put it this way: those who try to empty their mind are like someone trying to wash away blood with blood. Second misconception, Zen means being peaceful and passive. Tell that to the master who kicked over his student's rice bowl. Or Rinzai, famous for shouting and striking his students. When a monk asked about Buddha's teaching, Rinzai shouted so loud the monk stumbled backward. That shout contained more truth than 1,000 gentle sermons. Zen means being fully alive in each moment. Sometimes that's peaceful, sometimes it's fierce. Third error, Zen is mysterious and complicated. Actually, it's the opposite. Zen strips away the mysterious and complicated. When a monk asked Master Zhaozhou for teaching, he said, "Have you eaten? Then wash your bowl." That's it. When another asked about the deepest truth, Zhaozhou asked, "Why ask about the deepest truth when you can't even see what's right in front of you?" No mystery, just this moment. Fourth mistake, you need special conditions to practice Zen. A quiet temple, special cushions, perfect peace. Master Foyan addressed this. There is no special time or place for Zen practice. Your daily life is the way. A monk once complained to his master about the noisy temple. The master said, "You're trying to avoid the noise. Let the noise avoid you." The noisy office, the busy street, these are your meditation hall. Final misconception, Zen is escapism. Some think Zen means floating above life's problems in spiritual bliss. Wrong again. Zen means meeting life directly, fully engaging with every situation. As one master said, if you find Buddha, kill Buddha. If you meet the patriarchs, kill the patriarchs. Don't escape into ideas of spirituality. Wake up to what's right here, right now. Remember our tea-spilling monk. Now you understand, Zen isn't hidden in sacred texts or perfect meditation. It's alive in each breath, each step, each moment of your life. From Bodhidharma's wall-gazing to the samurai's sword, from the tea master's careful movements to the garden keeper's rake, all these point to one truth: you're already complete. The only thing missing is your recognition of this fact. Master Linji put it perfectly. The true person has no rank, no form. Stop searching. Stop chasing. What you're looking for is what's looking. If you're new here, join our growing community by subscribing. Next week, we'll explore another fascinating aspect of Buddhist wisdom: Tell us in the comments. Which Zen story surprised you the most? And remember that cup of tea you're drinking while watching this video. That's Zen too, if you know how to drink it.